Well, now it's 44 degrees. Last Wednesday, about 5 days ago, it got down to 0, -2, with a sustained 40-mile-an-hour wind all night long. I'm not good at calculating, but I looked it up on a graph and I think that was -27 degrees. Excuse me. Lavender is the hardiest lavender plants, of which there are plenty to work from, are hardy to USDA zone 5, which is about -20. That would be with no snowfall on them. And these blankets provide 8 degrees. So that should have put them at +1 degree. It's a game. Anyway, they don't like these blankets on them. You can't just throw a blanket on in November and think you're gonna have a successful little winter. You can see some rows I just didn't have blankets for. And we're going to see what the survival rate is, if anything, there. I'm really fascinated that the leaves are still green, because when they aren't happy and something bad has happened, they look like this. See that tinge of red? Hang on a minute, the cat's crying. I'm over here. Here, the gate's open. Come on in. Meow. That'd be carbon copy cat. Hi, baby. Hi. It's a good cat. You're interrupting me though. So when they're red tinged like that, I don't really care for that look, and that actually didn't happen in this nasty storm of last Wednesday. Just stop already. Go play in the street, son. You're a good cat. Go get in your big tree. That's the big tree. He loves to climb the big tree. You can hear the creek burbling away under the ice in the background. So when they turn red like that, it's usually a bad sign. That all happened before the storm, I think maybe from a couple of, 9-degree nights, maybe a -2, that had a gradual cold leading up to it, so I hadn't worried about them too much. But they didn't have any snow cover then. You can see the snow cover that remains from the snow we had right after I put the blankets on. But that most of it got blown off, and now all of it is basically melted off. So the blankets are nice and dry, which is how I like to typically put them away. You can't put them away wet or you're going to end up with a mess, a moldy mess. Hey, cat, would you stop it? Go play somewhere. So you got to put them away when they're dry, and that involves rolling them up. I didn't really show you how they unroll to put into place, but I roll them up just because then I can kick them from the top of the hill down to the bottom and work backwards and throw gravel on them. Anyway, I'm debating here. I'll just move them off the plants and maybe, excuse me again, just tack them down, because March is always tricky. We can get really nice mild weather, and then a really cold night will come up, and there's rarely snowfall in March. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just tack them down. The only problem with that is it often becomes a little inviting for little gnawing creatures like mice and voles. So I'm going to just carry on pulling them off to the side and figuring out how I keep them in place. I guess I'll just put more gravel on them. It's pretty easy to lift them up roll the gravel off. Other than that, we got, our boulders and gravel and some fence posts up there. Signing off, you think you want to be a lavender farmer and you're in a cold climate, just giving you a backstage look at all the stuff that makes it pretty in the summer. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Gobble up those mountains over there. Beautiful day here. Sunshine, clouds. Pretty.